In the year 2014, a new squad of operatives was chosen by the College of Illusion. These fools promptly went on to frustrate their DM at every opportunity. Today, still working together, because really, who else would work with them? They survive as adventurers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the Second Breakfast Club.
Tony Kinney as Eddie Falzone.
Jess Owen as Adira Glow.
Michael Cole as Uorag.
Jesse Wicks as Bill Quiverlance.
Nico Rodriguez as your DM.
Welcome back to the continuing tales of A Fool's Quest.
Okay, so here we are. We are back, and you guys have 2 beads in your pocket. Everyone is feeling a little bit better after getting a little bit of rest and whatnot. The beads you have are your own bead, and the
green and orange.
The bells beads, the halflings beads. And then they approached you and tried to get you to either sell them the bead and then work together, and they were going to try and get you to, let them win, essentially. They were trying to bribe you, which is a tactic you can use as adventurers, especially if you're a well-funded group like they are. They're definitely the richer of the 3 groups. And it's still late morning. You guys had a wild morning. Somebody had really fucked with your alarm clocks and messed up your bedrooms and stuff, and that was some really powerful illusion magic, something you have not encountered before, but it was very targeted, so it wasn't an illusion that everyone else saw. It was illusions that only you guys saw, so you do notice that was a little bit different.
Somebody had our voodoo dolls.
Yeah, somebody had little trickster things going on. You're still not quite sure who that was or what that was about. The other bead that you need to get is from the Potters. Those are the half-orcs. And you've got to recover that bead, and once you can do that, then you'll be good to go in order to submit to be the next actual adventuring party. And am I missing anything? Jesse, you leveled up after last game session. Jess, you'll level up after this recording session. So
It's not confusing.
yeah, no,
Oh, yeah.
which is like 4 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes a thing too. So yeah, all right. And you guys were on breakfast duty, so you didn't have to clean the kitchen, but you did have to clean the cafeteria, which of the jobs is the less gross of the ordeals.
All right, so
Lunch, I guess, at this point.
right now we've got 2 of the beads. We just need the one from
The Potters.
the Potters. Although the Bells think the Potters have theirs.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can get them to help us get that last bead, because they think they'll get theirs there too.
What if we convince the Potters to say, hey, if you guys can manage to get one of those beads away from the Potters, we'll get the other one, and then we'll work out a deal with just you guys and have them grab it from there.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
But then we still got to
get it from them, yeah. This is why I don't make the plans.
Nothing comes to mind at the moment. I think we're just going to have to wait for an opportunity.
I mean, I don't think that we're going to have any luck getting information out of the lead girls. I can't remember her name now. The lead girl of the Potters.
Hermione. D-Ranger.
I wanted to call her by not her name. So.
D-Ranger.
D-Ranger.
Yeah, I can't spell all this shit.
Hermione.
Hermione D-Ranger. because she's deranged and she's a half orc.
Oh, that makes sense. So I think maybe our best tactic, if we're going to try and smooth our way in, will be anybody else. So they should be at breakfast too, right? We all three groups show up to breakfast.
Yeah, lunch now.
Or lunch, but okay. So I can try and break off and get in with one of the others, find out where they're hiding their beads. But if you'd like me to while we're at lunch. I'm not saying it's a primary plan, but information's always helpful, right?
Yeah. Couldn't hurt.
What are the odds they have it with them, or compared to have it stashed back at their rooms, their little headquarters on the west side? Maybe while they're at breakfast, we could go fish around and see what we could find.
Well, I think you're probably the sneakiest of us.
So, stick the face on them at breakfast, and I'll go see if I can weasel my way in. No pun intended.
Yeah, so, all right, that sounds like a plan. So, Bill, breakfast, you engage him, try to keep him, chat and see if you can get information, but if not, just try to stall him. Well, Uorag tries to figure out what's what in their house.
Okay. So we're splitting the party.
It's always a great idea.
I love it.
I'm gonna grab before we leave. I'm gonna grab a little. I'm gonna grab some golden root to take with me, in case I have an opportunity to maybe slip it in somebody's food while I'm talking to them.
Okay. And like I said, so your main little sanctum there area is spellcaster stuff around the outside, books, tomes, stuff like that. But on the inside, it's kind of like a old school detective agency. You've each got your 4 desks that are all lined up in a square box, and you've got like your research areas there. So yeah, I mean, you've got golden root up on one of the shelves and one of the jars that you can use for spellcasting.
So yeah, I'm gonna grab that and shove it in a pocket before we head out.
All right, Adira, I guess that leaves you and I to clean up after breakfast.
I've already grabbed a broom and I'm like pushing furiously.
Yeah, I'll grab a bucket and mop.
All right, so I mean, you guys can eat and stuff first.
Yeah.
You've had to do breakfast duty before. This isn't new. It's just one of the things that happens with the students, and obviously somebody really messed with you to get out of doing duty today. But yeah, so you guys all head to the cafeteria with the exception of Uorag. So let's do Uorag first. So you go to the Potter's house, right?
Yeah, what I'll do first is go to the roof of our area and go eagle form again.
Okay.
And fly overhead and scope it out from the air first to make sure there's no extra sentries or that sort of thing. Because I know Hermie is rather adept.
Yeah. So you notice this house appears to be only 2 floors tall, but you do know that there is some heavy illusion magic around this place. Also, just like your house, there will be some initiates and young students and stuff that will stay in this house as well. They won't have access to the Potter's floors, like they don't have access to your floors really, but there are other students that kind of come and go into the Potter's house, so getting in is not going to be super difficult, but also likely noticed.
Okay. Now, as initiates, do they have familiars and pets and that sort of thing also?
Some of them might, yeah.
Okay. So I will land on the roof and change shape to a
snowy owl.
I was thinking weasel. But it'll have to be like a rather large weasel. Like easily 20, 30 pound weasel. With antlers. and
Right.
and half an ear.
At least you can go for a rat. You'd have been a capybara.
Capybara. An antlered capybara. Big teeth and big antlers. There you go. So, yeah, and I'll start skittering around looking for a way in from the rooftop.
Okay, there is a way in through the rooftop. So you find your way in. Once you get in, you find yourself on the top floor. It's a balcony that kind of overlooks and looks down. There's an observatory up here. And then there are what appears to be 4 more floors below you. So it's a 5-story building on the inside, only 2-story on the outside. You do notice, though, that there are staircases and walls that seem to shift around. And the staircases lead to different floors and different areas to where you would want to go. But general intuition would tell you that probably the first 2 floors are going to be like the main activity areas where all the initiates are allowed to do stuff. You know, there's probably the kitchen down there, bathrooms, library, that sort of stuff, and probably the bedrooms and stuff are up.
I'm going to be looking for the private quarters. Because I would think if I were going to stash it, it would be stashed in our private area.
Okay. Okay, so you're looking for their bedrooms?
Yes.
All right, so you let's go ahead and let's go ahead and make an intelligence check.
1, 2. I got a 3.
You got a 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Houston, we have a problem.
All right. So you start going up and down these stairs, and just as you get to one stair, which you think is going to take you to the 4th floor, it actually shifts down and takes you to the 2nd floor. And you get off in the bathroom, and then you turn around to get back on the stair, and that stairwell moves, and so you're standing there in front of the stairwell, and just as you're standing there, somebody walks out of the bathroom, and they're like, "Whoa, whose creature are you?" And they move you with their shoe. They like boot you to the side a little bit and try to shoo you away from the bathroom entrance.
I just kind of lean into their leg and kind of rub like I'm a pet.
Okay. All right, so they reach down and give you a couple head scratches, and they're like, "All right, now get the fuck out of here." And the stairwell comes up, and they usher you onto a stairwell that leads you down to the main floor to leave.
Okay. Are they watching me the whole time, or
No.
okay?
They kind of just went back to doing their own thing after they got
So as soon as he turned around, I was gonna relocate and try to find another way up.
Okay. So try to make another roll to see if you get another chance.
4, 5, 6.
All right. So with a 6, let me see. This is.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh no, a 6 is still a failure.
Yes. A 6 really.
And you don't have any points in your intelligence?
Intelligence? I got a -1.
Oh, so that's a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you take like 6 or 7 stairwells this time. You're like navigating. You're like zipping around, getting to different spots, and just when you get off on what you think is the 4th floor, you're in front of the bathrooms again. Like you hear a flushing.
It's just a weasel sound. Fuck!
God damn it!
And yeah, we're gonna leave you struggling there for a second.
All right.
Well, we cut back over to the cafeteria. So over to the cafeteria. Bill and Adira, do you guys get food and stuff first?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a pretty big spread today. They've got several different kinds of foods that are around. A lot of different types of eggs. There's some horseradish sauce to put on the eggs and some ghost peppers. So it's like they're like deviled eggs, right? And so they've got all these different types of seasonings put on them, but they're big eggs. Like think like ostrich eggs that got deviled egg size. And there's also some like fruit there. So there's some like pineapple and grapes and dragon fruit and stuff. These things are kind of messy, so you can see that while people are eating, they're getting sticky stuff all over the tables. They're, trying to stab a spoon into their dragon fruit and it's shooting liquid on the floor. And you're just making a mess. These magic initiates are the fucking worst. and yeah, that's what you guys see. So what are you doing as you meander on in?
Probably just sighing resignedly.
grab some food, sit down.
Yeah, grab some food and sit down.
I'm gonna try and get a look for the rest of the Potters. Is their whole group here already, or?
Yeah, all three of the Potters are sitting down over at a table, kind of talking about some stuff. Hermione Ranger is reading a book, and yeah, let me get back to the names.
Don Beasley.
Yeah,
and Gary Slaughter.
Yeah, Don Beasley and Gary Slaughter are fighting over a muffin. Like, they're both on opposite sides of the table, and they're bickering and trying to steal this muffin from each other. Well, Hermione is sitting next to Don Beasley and getting really annoyed with the two boys.
Oh, I ordered mine first.
Yeah, but I'm so much faster.
Give it to me.
No.
Give it to me.
Will you two shut
I am walking through with my food at that time, and I just slap the fucking muffin out of whoever has it. Sit down.
I'm gonna grab 2 muffins from the while I'm grabbing my plate full of food, because I'm going to like get it, just be watching them on the corner of my eye the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna grab those and then carefully apply a little bit of golden root, just sprinkle it on the top of the muffins.
Oh, okay.
And take my whole tray of food and walk over and sit down, but I'm going to try and be like a little bit furtive, not from them, but make it look like I'm trying to avoid notice from my own group.
Okay, all right. 1 second.
I don't like how that came up when I was trying to do something. That's...
Well, I mean...
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
So, in other news... All right, so you take that over to them, and you do what?
All right, so I'm going to just sit down confidently right next to the boys and slide the extra muffins over to them and be like, there you go, guys, I got some extras. Listen, and I'm going to turn back to Hermione and be like, listen, I understand that there's no chance I can get the bead from you. You're never going to give it up, but it's really important to me to get out of this place. I can't stand being in this little town. So I'm thinking maybe we can make an arrangement.
She says, okay, what do you have in mind?
Well, I happen to know where exactly in the house my group has hidden our beads. I want out of here. I don't have the most faith in them to be smart enough to get them away from you, but I want to make it out of this town. This is too... I don't want to be in this school anymore. And I know it's up to you to choose who your adventuring party is. So I'm thinking you've got what I want, I've got what you want. We can work something out.
Hermione says, actually, that's a misconception. I know that I'm the most skilled and talented, but Gary Slaughter is actually the one who determines the adventuring party. He's the one that has been foretold of.
Oh, of course, my mistake. I'm so sorry. I just assumed because you're so clever and careful.
I get it. I am very clever, and these boys are idiots. But Don Beasley shoved half that muffin that you brought over in his mouth already. Just shoved it right in. And Gary Slaughter is like poking at his, but he hasn't eaten anything yet. And he's like, well, I don't know that it would be a big deal if you joined our party. Like, I mean, did you put on the magic hat that told you like what kind of group you would be in?
I have not yet. I thought that's something that maybe you could arrange.
Oh, yeah, the magic hat is in our house. And Hermione's like, you're an idiot. An absolute idiot. And Gary's like, and it like really tells us who's going to be in our party, like who could be a good fit. So, I mean, if you put on the hat and I feel like you look good in the hat, you could definitely join our team.
First of all, I look good in anything, sir. What style of hat is this?
It's a pointy one.
Yes, this is the time of year for that, sure. Yeah. Seems great. That's exactly what I was hoping for. No, I'd be thrilled to come over. Like I said, Yeah, as soon as we can work out the deals, then maybe we can make some arrangements to meet up and maybe have those beads go missing from my companions. But listen, I have to get back or else they're gonna get suspicious. All right, so I just wanted to kind of give you the heads up. I'll be back in contact as soon as I can.
Yeah, that would be great.
Is there a good time that I can come over and try on this hat?
Yeah, I mean after lunch today, and you hear a kick under the table, and he says, I mean, maybe tonight after dinner?
After dinner? Yes, I think I can make that work. And I'm gonna stand up and enjoy the muffins, and I'll take my tray and walk over and sit next to the party and start helping clean up.
Okay. All right. So you guys begin cleaning up, and we will cut back to Uorag. All right. Did you come up with another way to find their bedrooms?
I think I may have. Instead of trying to rely on just searching, I'm going to use my spirit talking ability, and also the fact that I upgraded it to Thing Talker, so that I can also speak with the spirits of inanimate objects like wood and stone and plant. And as I'm foraging around, and I call upon the spirits of the wood and stone. Help me find these beads I seek. Where do they sleep? Guide me.
All right, so you call upon them. Is there a role you have to do for that?
It just says that I can understand and speak to animals, and with the Thing Talker, I see the spirits of sand, sea, and stone, can apply my spirit tongue, shape-shifting, and studied essence to inanimate natural objects like plants and rocks, or creatures made thereof, as well as animals. It doesn't have any kind of a roll or anything.
Okay, no roll for that. So one of the stairwells twists and turns and locks into position right at your feet for you to climb.
Thank you, Spirit.
And you
said I'd take off.
It leads you up to the 4th floor where you can make it to the bedrooms of the Potters. Is there a specific bedroom you'd like to search first? They all have their names on it.
Hermes.
All right. So Hermie's bedroom is meticulous. Everything in it's great, or it's in its own place. Everything is very clean, dusted. She's got some notes left out next to her bed, but after going through them, they're mostly just information about illusion spells, general stuff that you assume Eddie already knows. Hermie's not as natural as a magician as Eddie or Gary is. She is a little bit more of a studied and practiced person. So think more sorcerer versus wizard.
Gotcha.
So she has to rely on her spell books and her stuff versus having that innate ability to just cast on a whim. So that's what she was studying there. Yeah.
These I'm carrying 2 of the beads with me. Do they have a specific scent that I might be able to discern?
They have 2 different scents.
Okay. Trying to think if I was near the other one during that whole shebang.
Probably not close enough to really
I was
grab a
if
scent.
maybe I could sniff it out in the room.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, yeah, thinking about you wouldn't. You're on the right track though with checking the bedrooms.
Yeah,
I will let you know that.
Yeah.
Oh, a clue.
A clue! A clue!
It's a clue!
So, I guess I'll just start really sniffing around the room and seeing if there's anything that smells very heavily of her. Something that she would have been in contact with most recently.
Yeah, there are definitely some cloaks and also her bed. She slept in there last night, so
obviously.
Those all smell really heavily of her. But outside of that, there's nothing else that.
So yeah. And obviously, I'm gonna root around with my nose, like under the pillows, under the covers, like in between the mattresses.
Yeah. You unfortunately do not find any bead or any secret hidden contraption there either.
Is there any like boxes or jewelry cases or anything nearby?
She's got one case of jewelry from like her family jewels, but there's no hidden compartments in there either. It's just like stuff she never ever wears, but obviously she keeps for keepsake.
Is it locked?
No. Just had a little latch. You can pop it open.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. Well, I could do it as Weasel. I think I'm dexterous enough with it.
Yeah.
See, I'll sit up on my haunches and open it up. See, nothing in there? No.
Nothing in there.
Okay. Set it back down, and is there any paintings on the wall? Do the old cliche, is there a safe?
Yeah, there are paintings on the walls, and they all, their eyes shift and watch you as you move around, obviously. Illusion magic has, enchanted them.
Do I see or hear any spirits in the room?
No spirits.
Okay. So, all right. So I'll meander to the next room, whichever one that happens to be.
Okay. Yeah, that would be Don Beasley's room. There is, right away you notice on the chalkboard, in big, bold, all caps letters, secret meeting about bead strategy in the library before lunch.
Victory is mine!
Okay. All right.
There it is.
And looking around his room, is there anything that seems like it would stand out as a place to hide a bead?
His room is so messy, you would spend hours in here looking for stuff. You could sniff around for the bead, but there are dirty socks everywhere.
No,
the kid's room is
overwhelming to my senses.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'll make a mental note of the bold chalk plan and head to the next room.
Super secret.
Yeah.
Super secret.
So Gary Slaughter's room is it's pretty clean. He's really got nothing. No real material possessions. A couple of cloaks. He's got a broom there that he uses to sweep his bedroom, it appears. He's got his bed, which was given to him, but like...
Okay. I'm going to check the broom first.
Mm-hmm.
Ruffle through the straw parts of it.
Yeah, there's nothing in there, but you do get a sense of a spirit in the broom, and it's like, ooh.
Oh, pardon me, spirit broom.
No, thank you.
Please, can you help me find a bead I'm looking for?
There have been no beads in here. Bristle me timbers.
Give him one last little and then head to the little room and check out the cloaks.
Yeah, and the cloaks are just like school cloaks and stuff like that for him. Like everything has been like given to him that's in this room.
Yeah. Is there any like cloak hooks that looks like they're empty?
No, there are no
invisibility cloaks.
Invisibility cloaks in
with
here.
a hidden bead inside. No. Okay. Let's see. Now, he's got the broom. Does he do sports and that kind of thing? Do they do like the Quidditch type?
Yeah,
stuff?
there is a sporting event, kind of like Quidditch, in the area. Yeah.
Where's his? I look for his gear.
Yep, it's in a closet in a chest in the closet. So like hanging under his cloaks, there's a chest below it, and you can open that up and find his gear in there.
Yeah, I want to rummage through there.
Okay, so you rummage there and you just find his normal gear in there.
Okay, nothing that really stands out.
No. I mean, your intuition is going to tell you that Hermione is probably not going to give those idiots the bead.
Yeah.
I mean, Gary Slaughter might be the one in charge, but
okay,
he's not the responsible one.
All right, so I'll put the chest back together. I'll go by, grab the broom, and take the broom with me and back into Hermie's room.
Oh my!
If you will help me find the bead in this room, I'll take you home with me.
Wait, what?
Okay, so
my search sucks. I'm trying to help.
No, yeah. No, the You and the broom start looking through the room. There's no bead in this room, though, so you're going to search around in there for a little while. Your only hint right now from this has been that they had a meeting in the library before they went to lunch. So while you're searching around in there having a conversation with this flirtatious broom, we'll cut back over to the other three at the cafeteria.
He's,
All right.
he's kind of ADD.
He was unprepared for you to try and seduce the throwaway joke.
No, what is happening?
It's swept him off his feet.
Oh, man.
We'll be right back after these messages.
We're going to give it another go. It's a bit more zing. A bit of zing. Zing. Yeah. Ready? Hello. With a hello. No. Hello. Wait till I get through the whole thing. Ready? Wait till hello with a billowing hilltop.
Hello.
Oh dear.
Waiting to get through the whole thing.
No. I mean,
I thought that was the whole thing.
The whole thing is hello with a billowing hilltop. Okay. That's the whole thing. Yeah?
Okay.
That
was right.
That pretty much sums up the show. But if you want to find out any more, you can visit us at www.billowinghilltop. Is it com? Does anybody know?
.org.
Is it? It's .com. What do we do? What do we play?
There's monsters.
Does anybody remember?
Walking around.
Don't know.
Yeah.
We will be delighted if you were to join us around our table as we play Dungeons. Is it 5th edition? Hello?
Yeah, we think so.
Yes.
Yes. We play Dungeons and Dragons.
In the background?
Sorry, that was me.
What was that noise in the background? There will be noises in the background as we play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition through the classic Paizo adventure path, The Age of Worms. You can expect this. No! Quite a bit of this.
I'm completely lost.
This. This.
Got a bugbear in my underpants.
And one of these.
Oh dear.
We're on Apple Podcasts and we're on Spotify and we're on TuneIn, and you can find us on Twitter and you can find us on Facebook. And we hope you join us. Thanks very much.
And now let's get back to the fun.
So, Bill, you sit down and you have lunch with them. The tables start clearing up. Anything you guys want to talk about?
I'm going to wait to tell them how it went, or even make mention of the fact I sat over there until the Potters have left.
The Potters do get up and they start to leave. As they leave, a lot of the other initiates leave as well. They start trickling out right then. The Potters were like the first people to leave, though. A handful of the tables start to empty out, giving you guys room to begin cleaning.
I'm going to clean the Potters table specifically and check to see if they ate them, if Gary ever ate the muffin I gave him.
Gary did not eat the muffin that you gave him. He's the only one of the three that made the roll.
I'm gonna take the muffin back and put it in my pouch. That might come in handy later. I don't know how, but
yeah,
I already poisoned it.
Don crushed that muffin before you even got it from the table. Like that, Adira knocked the first one out of his hand. That was Don's muffin to begin with, and Gary was trying to steal it, and then Adira smacked it on the floor. So as soon as you gave him a muffin, he crushed it. But yeah, so they did. Yeah,
okay,
they left that.
Just want to be prepared for who's going to be on my side when I show up later.
Yeah.
So yeah, after they've left and I feel comfortable that they're not eavesdropping in any way, I will tell them quietly away from any prying ears about the meeting that was set up, and maybe try and brainstorm a way we can use that to get in.
Ooh. For after lunch, huh?
After dinner, yeah.
After dinner.
You're at lunch.
Yeah. Because breakfast was where you stole the first bead.
That's right. Okay.
It's been a busy day.
I guess so.
It's just marching on.
Yeah, we can make that work.
I figure we can, if Uorag hasn't already gotten a hold of it, then maybe we can work it out some way. But I'm telling you, this better work, because if I put on a pointy hat for this and we don't get the bead, I'm going to be very upset. I can't.
More like embarrassed.
I'm already embarrassed.
Plain hats aren't even in season.
I self-consciously straighten my current hat.
It's nice
wiggle
and
the
curvy.
feather in it to make sure it's pointing the right way.
All right. I got... So if you've got an invitation, you can get in there. Just walk in the front door.
Correct.
Uorag should be able to get in.
I don't see why he wouldn't. I'm
Shall
hoping.
we wait for him?
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
wait. I'm just thinking in the meantime, I might need to prepare something. Would I be able to do a ritual to be able to cast the invisibility spell on both myself and Adira once?
And maintain concentration on it?
Yeah, for both of us, while we sneak in there.
I would say yes, but then you wouldn't really be able to cast another spell while maintaining concentration on two people.
Invisibility specifically says I can't cast another spell while it's ongoing.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So yeah, I would say if you went to your place of power and focused on it, you could cast that and then make your way.
All right. I think I can keep us both invisible long enough to get everyone inside there. If we end up going that route, let's wait for Uorag and see what he found out. Maybe we won't even need to go in.
That would be ideal, but...
Alright, so as people trickle out, all of a sudden you hear a smash from the kitchen where the bells are. And you hear them screaming. And just as you hear them screaming, you feel this sense of ozone. The smell of ozone just fills the air around you. And you all know that this is a wild magic event that's occurring here at the cafeteria. These events happen infrequently and sporadically, but you know the precursors of an event. Luckily, you're not in the kitchen, but in the dining room, you will see these creatures shoot up from one of the trays. The very first one that you see is a creature. It was chilling on one of the platters, and the platter begins to shake and tremble and fall to the ground. A veggie tray. And just as it falls to the ground, one piece of vegetable, or piece of root, really, it's a root, shoots a hoof out of its body, like a full-size hoof, and it grows and grows and grows until 3 more hoofs shoot out of it and turns into this giant horse radish. And because you guys are all in the cafeteria, you get advantage on attacking this, and you are officially in combat. So, roll initiative, see who goes first between the 3 of you.
11.
9.
7.
Okay, so Bill first, then Eddie, then Adira, then the horseradish.
I'm gonna...
Brilliant.
It's a food fight.
It's a food fight.
Brilliant.
Yes, I'm just going to...
Okay.
I am gonna... start smashing the cymbals together real quick and to arm! Get him! Get him! Danger! I'm helping! And I'm gonna give Adira 2d4 damage on her next attack.
Alright.
You get him, Adira. You specifically.
Okay.
And I'm gonna back
Time
away
to go.
slowly while I'm doing it.
And that takes us over to Eddie.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on Adira, just so it's not gonna. Did it grow a head or anything?
Yeah, it grew ahead.
It's a horse. It's a whole ass
Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole
I
ass
wanted to
horse.
make sure it had eyes before
Made
I
of
cast
radish.
invisibility.
It's a
but yeah,
horse
that's.
radish.
I'm gonna do that. That's an 11 on the spellcast, so no.
No negative
Yeah.
impacts. Very cool. Success. And you're invisible. And you do extra damage. And it's your turn.
Okay. I guess I gotta do something.
Go Adira.
I know.
Yeah, what do we, like, if I go into a rage, though, doesn't that cancel the invisibility that he just did?
It does as soon as you attack.
It does as soon as you attack.
Cancels. So your first attack is just always a surprise attack.
Alright, so I should go into a rage?
Sure.
Probably.
Gives you +1 on your harm, on your damage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
On all of your attacks. So.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't hurt you to go into it.
And then I can hack and slash still, too?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
That's what I'm going to do. Time to glow!
This combination between you guys is so broken.
You guys just buff and aim.
Which is a 7. That's 14 points of damage.
So how do you explode? That is double the health pool of this horseradish. How do you explode this horseradish?
Slice and dice.
Wow, so I go into my rage and I set my weapon aflame and I just scream and run at the horseradish and just jump and slash at its face with my axe and cut him in half.
Okay, alright. So yeah, so you cut it in half, it splits in half. And then as it splits in half and falls to the side, you see 2 devilish creatures appear on each side of the room. They've got red horns and a red face with like yellow mixed in with it. And then their bodies are entirely white as these 2 deviled eggs come into full form.
I saw that couple.
And let's jump over to Uorag real quick.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're still up in the bedrooms.
Yeah.
With this broom.
Okay, I'm gonna just take a moment to pause, ponder, and look around and to see if I can discern realities after closely studying the situation.
All right, make your roll.
So that's a roll plus my wisdom, which is a +2. So 7, 8, 9.
9. All right, so with a 9, you ask only one question.
Yep. So, looking around, I want to see what here is useful or valuable to me.
So you've rummaged through these rooms, and you've gotten some good information about them, but the most useful piece of information would be the note on the chalkboard that said that they had a meeting down in the library, if you can get down there.
Okay.
Which that one stairwell that you talked to is just chilling there waiting for you to come back.
Okay.
It's been a loyal stairwell.
So since it was scheduled for right after lunch, I'll just go
No, it was before lunch.
Or before lunch.
They already met.
Okay, so I'll head back to the cafeteria then to relay that information.
Okay.
To the rest of the party.
So the library is in the same building you're in right now.
Oh,
you're gonna,
this library?
Yeah, their
Okay,
library.
I thought you meant like the school library.
No. Their library. The library in their house. Like 2 floors down on the 2nd floor.
So I head back to the stairway.
Can you take me to the library, please?
And it shifts.
Do you still have the broom?
Sort of. I'll stash the broom in Don's room. Just shove it under there.
Sort of.
4 recordings later, we're like 25 episodes in.
They'll never find
you
it.
find Mike in his tent out traveling with a broom next to him.
Just you hear me talking in somebody.
Anyway,
Really much faster.
okay, yeah. So it leads you down to the library, and that's where we will end this episode.
On a more serious note, there have been several ages throughout the history of Euphrae. The first age happened before recorded history. This time included the creation of the world, as well as the universe where it resides. Some theories suggest that the 12 gods walked the world of Euphrae during this time, along with a group of powerful magicians called the First People. This age ended when the giants learned to magically seal texts and begin to journal their histories. Thus began the Age of Giants, the first historically captured age in Euphrae. While there are not many texts that cannot attribute to this age, the handful of ancient books that do exist have been incredibly insightful for modern scholars. It appears that during this age, the gods had already left Euphrae, or were in the process of leaving. Giants held dominion over all the lands and seasons alike. The giants held several nations, all of which migrated around the world. Each nation ruled over the lesser races of humans, elves, dwarves, and others. While some ruled fairly and with kindness, others ruled with an iron fist. Where each nation of giants traveled, the seasons would follow. Fire giants for the summer, frost giants for winter, hill giants for spring, cloud giants for autumn, storm giants brought the tempest, and stone giants shaped the earth. The nations moved about Euphrae, warring with one another and leaving tides of destruction in their wake. Over the centuries, the wars took their toll on the giants, and their numbers dwindled. During this time, an event happened, a shattering of magic within the planet itself. This shattering empowered many of the nation's lesser races, gifting them powerful magic. The magicians rose up to overthrow the remaining giants. The rebellion, which drove the giants to near extinction, also stabilized the weather patterns in Euphrae, and so began the Age of Chroniclers. It did not take the chroniclers long to overthrow the remaining giants and establish small kingdoms of rule. Society split into factions. Those with magic were called chroniclers. Those without magic were labeled the mundane. Directly after the fall of the giants, the chroniclers were kind and caring for the mundane. They were benevolent leaders and caring healers, but over time, power corrupted the chroniclers, and the schism between magicians and common folk grew wider. The chroniclers were appropriately named given the amount of history they scribed for later generations. Their works were preserved in such a fashion that many libraries still exist in the age of academics, the current age. While the chroniclers cataloged the world around them, they failed to see the contempt and resentment that began to grow with the mundane. Soon, attacks against the chroniclers began to take place. The mundane pushed back against their oppressors, but with little to no avail. The commoners were no match against the magic of the chroniclers. That was true until the next break in magic occurred. When magic broke at the end of the Age of Chroniclers, it did not shift from one group to another like it shifted from the giants to the people. Instead, the magic simply disappeared. This gave the mundane the upper hand against the chroniclers, and the common folk were able to take control. Within only a few short decades, every nation had overthrown the chronicler presence and had instituted their own government. Thus began the Age of Judges. The Age of Judges thrived in the beginning. The common folk began to rebuild, and people learned to elect leaders that would care for the people. After many years, magic began to trickle back into the citizens of Euphrae. The magic spread slowly as technology evolved. The progression continued until 3 unlikely fools stumbled across the first of 8 magic infinite pages. And well, that story has already been told. The end of the Age of Judges brought the world into its current age. The Age of Academics, magic is separated into 8 schools, and Euphrae is separated into the 8 nations. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this small piece of lore. If you would like more tidbits, or maybe to see maps or talk to the cast and crew, make sure to follow us on our social media or join our Discord. All of those links and more can be found at www.afoolsquest.com.
This concludes this episode of A Fool's Quest. Join us next time for more fun and daring adventure. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, review, and comment on your favorite platform to listen to A Fool's Quest.
Why cymbals?
Why cymbals? Tony told me it had to be a funny instrument. And I was like, okay, I need a funny instrument. And then I thought about the fact that you had to edit. I was like, it'd be a real pain in his ass.
Yeah.
The cymbals.
That's going to do it.
That's not going to draw your sound editing to like. And then we're in the creepy dungeon.
Yeah.
Ruining the ambiance.
And every time during combat, too.
There's no way that you could do that in stealth mode. Okay, I'm going to do this quietly.
You get past without a trace. It's because you're making so much noise, everybody else can skedaddle.
Me sneaking is just fucking Krunk from Emperor's New Room.
He's doing his own thing music. Big and tone deaf.
That's correct. I really think the next level I'm going to take it goes to 11 and just ruin people's day. Just stun everyone.
Shatter fucking walls like Jericho.